What's going on, guys? I'm Chosen2B. Glad you're chosen to be here with me for this video. We're back with our Siri drafted team here. It's not very good, I'll tell you that much. And that is mainly because we drafted a bunch of old guys and they all suck. So that's the deal. We did get Antonio Brown, Tyler Eifert's a nice piece, Philip Lindsay's a nice piece, Tariq Cohen, Ronnie Stanley, Austin Blythe, Quincy Noon was okay, Garrett Bowles, James Daniels is a really nice piece. I was going to say Jason Sanders is a nice piece, but he's a kicker. Ja'Kai Polite, it's alright. Josh Oliver, actually, I didn't even realize we got him. Not bad. But yeah, we got a lot of old guys that we need to get off this team. We got Joanne Williams, which is cool. Siri didn't give us... Oh, we also got Julian Love and Trayvon Mullen. So literally our entire cornerback crew is going to be rookies, it seems like. Because Siri didn't give us a single cornerback in the draft. If you missed the draft video, you can go back and watch that. It was uploaded earlier. I cut them into two because this part is going to be very long. But basically the way it worked is I had a random number generated between 1 and 19 for the position, and then 1 through 12 for the player in that position, ranking wise. So there was a lot of variety in it, and we basically didn't get any cornerbacks. We didn't really get a quarterback until I made us draft one in the last round. We got 2 halfbacks that are both good. We got a bunch of left tackles. So that was that. And then we let the CPU just generate the rest of the team for us, so we actually had players to play the game of football, which is what we're attempting to do here. Most of these guys, though, don't think they can really do it too well. But anyway, we're gonna look and see who we want to move off this team. Pretty much all of these guys. There's a lot. Ronnie Stanley, obviously, we're going to keep, but Garrett Bowles, Nate Solder, Cordy Glenn, and DJ Humphries are pretty much all gone. Brian O'Neill's a fine piece at right tackle, 23 years old, to kind of build around. It looks like we're going to move probably Roger Saffold because he's old. We're going to keep James Daniels at center. Brian Winters and Austin Blythe can play left and right guard. So we're going to move Bowles, Solder, Glenn, Humphries, and Saffold. So this is going to take a while. So we traded Nate Solder and Ricky Jean Francois, as well as a 4th round pick to the Jaguars for a 1st round pick. So we're basically going to keep doing that. We're going to try to build up as many picks as we can. Also, I explained this in the first video, but I have yet to here. The way the fantasy drafts work this year in Madden is that everybody drafted in the same round all now have the same salary and the same salary structure. So basically everybody, as you see if we look through here, basically everybody has the same amount of cap room, about 90 million for everyone. And that's because everybody has basically the same salary. So the only way you're going to change cap room is by trading. But what that also means is that everybody is going to be able to re-sign all of their players, so there's never going to be any good free agents. So that is not how we're going to build in this rebuild here. We're basically going to do it through trades and through draft picks. So that's why this video is a little bit longer. We have a lot to get through, a lot of years to get through before these draft picks become superstar players for us. So we are going to try to get as many 1st round picks as we possibly can. And that's kind of how we're going to go through this. So hopefully we can get a 1st round from the Lions, and then we'll try to trade as much as we can away. So we traded Cordy Glenn and Derek Morgan, both old players, not very good for a 1st round pick from the Lions. It's really hard to tell who's going to have the best pick, so we're kind of just going with whoever wants the guys. Now it's time to trade DJ Humphries and as much else as we possibly can. So we're going to trade DJ Humphries. Mike Adams, finally, we actually got him off the team, 38 years old. He's going to be like a 60 by the end of the year. And a 3rd round pick next year for the Cowboys' 1st round pick this year. So we ended up trading Philip Lindsay and Bruce Irvin, who is going to be not part of this team. does make us not have any left outside linebackers, but we can just sign one for this year. He's 31. He's not going to be part of the team in the long run. And a 5th round pick for the Seahawks 1st round pick and a 2nd round next year. So we traded Glover Quinn, our backup tight end, and a 5th rounder next year for a 1st rounder next year. So that'll definitely help us out. And I think now the team is pretty much where we want it. We'll have, I think MJ Stewart might start, and then we'll have Xavier Woods, our 4 rookies at corner, Chandler Jones, a whole mess of awfulness at middle linebacker, Ja'Kai Polite at left outside linebacker, some terrible guys at defensive tackle, and then Griffin and Wolf will play the defensive ends. Claiborne or Griffin might actually slide inside and play defensive tackle for us. And then we already went through the offensive line. Tight end will be Tyler Eifert and Josh Oliver. So hopefully we'll run some 2 tight end sets there, get them involved. The wide receiver core is going to be Antonio Brown, Quincy Enunwa, Cordero Patterson, and Benny Fowler. And we'll have a couple backups. Fullback, we'll just slot in somebody. Our running backs will be Tariq Cohen, and then Mark Walton and Coach Ellison. And then quarterback, we got just our pick of Deshaun Kaiser and Easton Stick. I guess it does make a little bit more sense to use Easton Stick because he could win Rookie of the Year, and that might help his development trait go up, get him some upgrades, so then we can probably trade him. So I think I'm going to start Easton Stick instead of Deshaun Kaiser. I also didn't realize how fast Easton Stick would be in this game. Yeah, definitely a quick guy. So we're going to slot him into the QB1 role. And our team really, after trading all those guys, didn't really even get that much worse. Still about the same overall, so we didn't really hurt our chances this year. And we definitely got us better for the future with all these picks. I think we have 4 first-round picks this year. So that's going to be good. Hopefully they turn out to be good players. This, I believe, is how we want... Yep, this is how we want the offensive line to look. And then the defense, we'll have Derek Wolfe. We'll have... Yeah, Claiborne will slide up to be a defensive tackle. So we'll have Claiborne and Crawford. And then Griffin and Wolfe. And then we'll have Woods and MJ Stewart, I think, is going to start there. Chandler Jones, Minter, and Hager is fine. Actually, we'll bring in Mac Wilson. It's Mac Wilson, right? I believe. To be the middle linebacker. He's a rookie, so might as well. And then Ja'Kai Polite. And then the corners, we got to make sure we have our 4 rookies starting in here. We need Michael Jackson Sr., so we actually have to go to the full depth chart screen, but I'll fix that, and then I'll simulate to the midseason mark, take a look at where we are. So in the midseason mark, we are 5-3 somehow. Not sure how that happened. I thought after getting decimated by the Bears we would be bad, but beat the Colts, beat the Lions, Broncos, Steelers, and Titans, so we might actually have a decent shot at the playoffs here, which is surprising.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Our team's not good at all, but it is what it is. We'll worry about our guys at the end of the season, re-signing wise. So let's head to the playoffs, see if we make it. I'm surprised. So week 17. Wow, we lost in week 17, but we made the wild card. We're playing the Chiefs again in the wild card. We went 9-6-1. We actually won the division, which is unbelievable. We're going to take a look at the stats here because that is shocking to me. Easton Stick was ridiculous. Our offense was very good. Defense was also very good. Let me take a look at these player stats real quick. Easton Stick threw for almost 4,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Tariq Cohen wasn't great, which is a little bit surprising. Antonio Brown was disgusting. 1,500 yards, 100 receptions, and 13 touchdowns. Just insane. Cordero Patterson was also very good, over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. Quincy Enunwa, not bad. Tyler Eifert, pretty good. Tariq Cohen didn't have any touchdowns, but he had 400 yards receiving. Not too bad. Take a look at how the offensive line did. Very good. It's definitely very good. Offensive line was killing it. Take a look at the defense. Xavier Woods led the team in tackles. Tackle for loss. Derek Wolfe and Everson Griffin did pretty well. Chandler Jones had 12 sacks. Everson Griffin with 9. So defense played very well. Xavier Woods had 4 picks. Julian Love 3. MJ Stewart with 2. Joanne Williams with 2. And Eric Reed with a pick. Didn't be forced any fumbles. Got a couple. Julian Love got 1. And defensive touchdowns. Xavier Woods at least had 1. So that's very good. So hopefully we won some awards in here. I would imagine we would have to. Any Chargers MVP. Easton Stick was 7th, so he's definitely going to be progressing, that's for sure. Easton Stick was 7th in Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC, which is interesting after being 7th in the MVP. Whatever. Defensive Player of the Year. No Chargers, unfortunately. Offensive Rookie, Easton Stick was 3rd. What? And Quadre Allison and Josh Oliver. But how is Easton Stick 3rd? He threw for 4,900 yards. Let me look at Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray, because that actually makes me mad. Dwayne Haskins was ridiculous. 4,600 yards and 38-12. And Kyler Murray had 44, and he did well, but I mean, Easton Stick threw for 4,900 yards. It's crazy. Anyway, I guess he wasn't cheated as much as I thought, but defensive rookie is Julian Love, so that's good. Joanne Williams was 3rd, and Trayvon Mullen and Ja'Kai Polite were 9th and 10th. So hopefully we have some upgrades to spend and some development traits maybe go up. Not sure if those would show up yet, but we'll take a look. Doesn't look like it. It's about how we were before. So let's do our upgrades and let's simulate the playoffs here. I'm not expecting much in year 1, so I'm not really too worried about winning this game. But we'll see. Definitely a surprise to me. We actually win 31-24. So we'll upgrade our players again. This is a major surprise to me. I'll tell you that much. Madden Sim, man, it is something else. So we're playing the Bills at the Bills, and we win. All right. Well, we're in the conference championship against the 14-2 Texans. So I'm gonna upgrade my coach real quick, and then we'll get into that. I was thinking about playing the moments in this game, but we're definitely gonna do another year. So we lost 21-14, unfortunately. But man, what a year we had. That is something else. So hopefully going into next year we can really make some noise. I mean, we're up to a 74 overall. We were at a 71 or 70, I think, when we started this. So definitely improving already. And we'll take a look to see. Well, actually, I have to go through the Super Bowl first. So let's sim to the off season, and we'll take a look at 1, who we need to bring back, and 2, if anybody had some major upgrades to their dev traits. So these guys are all pretty bad. I'll bring back Josh Oliver for sure. Put him on like a 4-year deal, give him some money, and hopefully he resigns. He does. Benny Fowler, JJ Nelson, any of these guys useful to me? Trayvon Mullen I'm going to bring back. Put him on a little bit of a deal here. Very good. MJ Stewart, same thing. We will take a look at the team before we go ahead to the draft and all that. Hopefully nobody regressed too bad. Antonio Brown's down to a 96, but that's okay. Easton Stick's up to a 70 from a 62, I believe. Tariq Cohen is still basically at an 86. Offensive line is improving slightly, it looks like. And take a look at the defense. Nobody went up in... actually, it looks like Xavier Woods actually went up in development. I think he was normal before. Yep, he's up to star dev. So that's very good. I'm surprised that Julian Love didn't go up after winning Rookie of the Year. But it is what it is. Not too mad about it. So in the draft, we definitely need to look at corner and middle linebacker for sure. Everson Griffin's getting up there in age, as is Derek Wolfe. So really anybody on the defensive line would be good. Offensively, I'm not really too worried. Easton Stick is developing well. He's only 23 and he has star development already. So not really too worried about the offense. If there's a good wide receiver, I might take him. But other than that, it's really defense. Linebacker, defensive line, corner, basically anything. We'll take a look at free agency. I don't think we're going to really do anything with it, since, as you can see, the players, Nyheim Hines is the best player available. I don't even know if there's going to be anybody worth signing in here. Eli Apple, man, what a disgrace. Sorry, that was harsh. I meant what a disappointment. It was definitely a disappointment. Ken Crawley, interesting. Darrell Henderson is here. I mean, we already have Tariq Cohen, but we could sign a running back and trade him, which wouldn't be the worst idea ever. I'm not opposed to that. AJ Brown is here. Yeah, there's not really much options, but I think we're gonna try to go after Nyheim Hines and Darrell Henderson. So hopefully, I mean, everybody has a bunch of cap room, so it's not like trading him is going to be difficult. So we'll just offer him a bunch of money. 106 points, hopefully that'll get the job done. And then Darrell Henderson will do the same thing for. And then we can easily flip these pieces. We'll give him a 6.5. We'll drop down, we'll keep it at 4 years, it's fine. Hopefully he accepts that, 106 points. He should. And then we can trade them for some more draft picks and really try to kill it in this draft. So Nyheim Hines accepted, Darrell Henderson did not, probably because he realized that we have 3 running backs, so obviously one of them was going to be getting traded. I might actually want to sign an actual backup running back though, because I'm going to end up trading Nyheim Hines. So Miles Sanders could be a decent backup for us. I'll give Miles Sanders a deal. Give him a little bit of money. And hopefully he signs. I'm actually going to try to trade Nyheim Hines first so that maybe he accepts that. I don't know if that's how it works, but we'll try it. So we ended up trading Nyheim Hines, Everson Griffin, who's progressing quickly, in a 4th round next year for a 1st round this year and a 3rd round next year. So that's definitely going to help us out. I mean, we basically traded nothing away. Who was it that we were trying to sign? Miles Sanders, I think? Hopefully he accepts. He does, so he's going to be a backup running back, and we will simulate ahead to the draft. So we've skipped to our pick. This guy, Reggie Jones, is a beast, 78 overall, free safety. So much like I said, man, the free safeties were very good in this class. But this guy, Kyrie Randall, is still here, and honestly, he looks insane. B+ man coverage already, B+ awareness, 4.2, 4.40. He's going to have ridiculous speed. I don't think there's any way we can pass up. And he is a 79 overall, best player in the class with hidden development. And it looks like it's good. 98 speed. He's star or better development. 92 agility, a 79 man coverage already. He's going to easily slot in as our first corner. And the next pick we have is pick 11, so I'm just going to simulate ahead as well. We really splashed on that one. Gerard McGee, not a good pick by the Bengals there. But it looks like a lot of the guys we wanted have been taken. There's still some good guys available. Gerard Miller looks very good as a free safety. We kind of already have a free safety, unfortunately. But we might be able to move guys around. I don't really know what I want to do here. We definitely need an outside linebacker. And we could go with another corner. It's tough. It's tough to say what we want to do here. I think we have to go with best available and take... No, it's not worth it. I think we'll take the outside linebacker. We'll do it. Damn it. That was a blown pick. Oh well. Take a look here. He's still available. Honestly, I might as well take him. We can probably move guys around if he's really good. 78 overall, yeah, thank God he's still available. Star or better development. So we had two very good picks there. One pretty bad one, but we'll skip ahead to 21. Hopefully the guys we want didn't get taken. Looks like they are still here. Desmond Odom looks pretty decent, 4.4 speed. And then we have Gerald Youngblood, who also looks very good. He's a little bit faster. Not as good skills though. But he's also extremely big. 6'2". Kind of want to go with him, but we also have 26th and 30th in this round, so we have really our picking. I'm going to go with Desmond Odom. Hopefully he's good. He's a 71 overall. So basically what we already have at corner. Not really too helpful, but we'll go to 26. Do we take a splash on a wide receiver and hope that he's good? We're definitely going to need a replacement for Antonio Brown soon. We have 14 wide receivers active somehow. We don't really have many defensive players active. So it wouldn't be the worst move to take a wide receiver here. And then we can hopefully wait on these guys. I'm going to do it. I think he looks really good. 67. He wasn't very good. I think we might go with James Armstrong. He looks ridiculously athletic. He's listed as a late second rounder, but it's okay. I mean, we only have 2 picks left before the 3rd round, basically the 4th. So, depends. Do we want to try to get this pass coverage middle linebacker? I don't want to take another chance on a corner. We already got a really good one and missed on another one. I think it might be the best idea to get a linebacker. So that's what I'm going to do. He's a 67. So really just not making good picks. I mean, we got 2 major additions. But a few real busts that we drafted in the 1st round. So, but I think this Vernon Williams guy looks like the best player, so I'm going to take him. 69 overall. Nice to see his hidden development, star or better. So hopefully he can be a big piece for us these next couple of years. And we'll advance to the 3rd round. I'm not sure that anyone we really want is going to be here in the 3rd round. I think we're going to try to trade away this 3rd round pick. Hopefully we can get something useful for it. A 3rd round next year and a 7th round, a 3rd round next year, a 4th round and a 5th round next year. I guess I'll just go with the 3rd round from Philly and the 7th round. Might as well. So here we are in year number 2. Team is a 75 overall, 83 offense, 71 defense. So the defense has definitely improved. Offense has not improved too much. Somehow Easton Stick regressed down to a 69. He must have had a morale boost or something. Yeah, he was playing on a morale boost. Okay, that's fine. Offensive line looks pretty good still. Tight end looking good. Antonio Brown's down to a 94, which is a bit disappointing. He's 32 years old. I'll probably keep him through this year and maybe trade him next year. Wide receiving core doesn't look too bad. We have a lot of running backs, which you might have to do something about. Defensively, though, things have changed a lot. So, Kavarius Randall, I think was his name. No, Kyrie Randall is going to slot in there. Take a look. Adrian Claiborne is not going to start. We're going to have Vernon Williams start, the 23-year-old rookie from Tulane. He's actually a better defensive tackle, but it's whatever. It's fine. Yeah. Linebacker's a mess. Chauncey Brackett. I don't know what to do with linebacker, really. MJ Stewart's going to start there. We'll see if we can move maybe Xavier Woods or maybe the safety we just drafted. I don't know. He's a little bit bigger. He might be able to slot down into linebacker. He has good hit power, good man, good pursuit, pretty decent play rec, good awareness. He might be able to move to linebacker. We'll have to take a look here. He's a 78 scheme fitted free safety. So if we move him to linebacker, he's a little bit undersized, but if we take a look, he's a 72 and he's not a scheme fit, but honestly that might be better for us, so we can keep Xavier Woods at free safety, keep MJ Stewart at strong safety, and then that'll help our linebacking core. Hopefully he can play well there, get a lot of tackles, and then maybe he can improve there. And then we'll have our very young cornerbacking crew, a rookie defensive end. Derek Williams is still here. Chandler Jones is going to regress. The defense is not looking too good, but the offense hopefully can repeat its performance from last year and improve a lot. And hopefully we can make the playoffs again. So I will see you at the midseason mark. So at the midseason mark, we are 4-3, so not as good as last year, but still doing pretty well. If we take a look, we were in first place in the AFC West, which is nice. We're liking that. Take a look, upgrade our players. Hopefully our guys, Kyrie Randall already has 2 upgrade points available, which is amazing. He might win Rookie of the Year. That would definitely help things out. So if we skip ahead to the playoffs, hopefully we make them again. That would be impressive and just really prove that the Madden simulation engine has a mind of its own, because I've built 85 overall teams and they don't go to the playoffs. But a 70 overall team did last year, and it looks like we didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, we went 5-11. So we were 4-3 and then 5-11. So we won 1 game the whole rest of the year. Week 7 we won. Week 8 loss. Week 9 loss. Week 10 loss. Week 11 loss. Win. Loss. Yikes. That is no good. Let's take a look at the stats. See what went wrong. Easton Stick regressed, definitely. Defense. I didn't get a chance to see what the offense was, so I can't tell you what the defense was. Cordero Patterson, I think, led our team in receiving yards. So we were 26th in the NFL on offense and on defense. Definitely not what you're looking to see in year 2. I think year 1 was a fluke, unfortunately. Let's take a look at any Chargers. Easton Stick was 7th or 10th, sorry. Defensive player of the year, any Chargers? No. Offensive rookie, I don't think we drafted anybody. And defensive rookie, Gerard Miller won it, and Kyrie Randall was 2nd. So both of them did very well. Chauncey Brackett was 6th, and Vernon Williams was 9th. I'm trying to remember, Gerard Miller, I think, yeah, he was the guy we moved into middle linebacker. So he obviously played really well. We'll take a look at the stats and see what he actually did. Easton Stick was alright, not amazing. Tariq Cohen, again, not doing much. Unfortunately, it might be the playbook we're running. Antonio Brown had 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards again, which is very good. Cordero, only 3 touchdowns, but he got a lot of yards. Blocking, I think we should have done pretty well. Only 9 sacks for our highest guy, so that's fine. Gerard Miller had 128 tackles, so that's definitely good. Sacks, we definitely had less this year. Our pass rushers are regressing, so that makes a little bit of sense. Joanne Williams had 6 interceptions. Man. And he wasn't even in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Unbelievable. Chauncey Brackett forced a fumble. And see if we have any defensive touchdowns. We do not. So, a disappointing second year, unfortunately, for our man Siri and the Los Angeles Chargers. So we'll upgrade our players here. We will simulate through the Super Bowl, take a look at our skill development upgrades. Hopefully we have some of those. I'm not really worried about looking at who wins the Super Bowl. I don't know who's on any of these teams, so it's not like it really matters. But the Redskins beat the Patriots, so that's what happened there. Gerard Miller has another upgrade. He's already up to a 77, which is where he started at free safety, so I guess I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but Joanne Williams wants a new contract, so we're going to give that to him. We'll give him 5 years, try to give him some money. Hopefully he accepts, which he does. And I don't know if there's anybody else we want to bring back. Eric Reed, I don't think we're going to bring back. Julian Love, we will. He's probably going to be our third corner, as Joanne Williams really just went off this season. I'm not sure how that happened. Brian O'Neill we'll bring back as our backup. 2-year deal is fine. That's honestly way too much money for a backup tackle, but it is what it is. Mark Walton, I'm not too worried about bringing him back. Austin Johnson, same thing. Easton Stick wants a new contract, so we'll give him his deal. Easton Stick, he performed well his first couple of years, so we'll give him a big deal. I didn't realize the signing bonus was so much, but oh well. Our linebackers suck, so I don't care about them. I'm not... Deshaun Kaiser, are you out of your mind? You want a $40 million contract for being a backup quarterback for 2 years? That's a joke. It's a joke, man. Quadri Allison, sure, I'll bring you back as to be our backup. Maybe third string. Not even sure really what you are at this point. Eric Flowers was on this team? I didn't even realize. I think that's all we want to bring back. I don't think I really care about all these other guys. That should do it. JJ Arcega-Whiteside is actually someone I really want to bring in. He can progress and hopefully fill the void of Antonio Brown once he decides to call it quits. I guess I could bring in Reggie Ragland. Might as well. Bring in Reggie Ragland for 2 years. Alright, so if we take a look at the draft board here, there's definitely some good players on it. Clay Allman might be the pick. He's got good speed, good agility, pretty good strength. He's projected early first round. He might be the play. There was also another guy that I really liked at outside linebacker. I think it was Tracy Aiken. Yeah, Tracy Aiken looks very good, as does Dion Terrell. So hopefully we can just splash on some outside linebackers and some defensive ends. But we're going to take Clay Allman here. Hopefully he's good for us. He is a 73. Hidden development is going to be star or better. Very, very fast. So I like that. He's a coverage linebacker, so maybe he slots into middle linebacker. We'll have to see what we want to do with him. They take Mike Hayden, the corner, so that's good. We will take a look at what we want to go here next. Gordon Lawrence looks very good as a corner, but we might go with a defensive end or defensive. It's tough to tell. So we just drafted a left outside linebacker, so I kind of don't want to go there again. I could go with a corner. Hope he's very good. And then we'll have the guy we drafted last year, Julian Love. And I forgot the other guy we had. Joanne Williams, actually, was our second. And then this guy could be our third. But they're kind of all the same. It's kind of not worth taking a pick on that, I don't think, at this point. So I think what I'm going to do is, where do we pick next? 13th? I might go Jelani Acosta, and then I'll pick one of these defensive end or outside linebackers later, because this guy looks like the best defensive end, and I need to get him. 73, so not as good as I thought. We want to try to see if we can get someone with This guy has really good power moves. He's not that fast, but he's very strong. Good power moves, good tackle, good hit power. We could also get Robert Rutherford. Wow, I couldn't say that. Wow, couldn't say that name at all. Robert Rutherford. This guy's a speed rusher, finesse. So hopefully, where do we pick next? We have a second round. We have 2 second-round picks, so you know we have a lot to work with here. So I think what we're gonna do is go with. It's hard to tell. It's hard to make a decision. I'm gonna go with Deon Terrell. I think 23 years old, very strong, good power moves. He has 28 reps as opposed to this guy who has 26 reps, but he has good block shedding. It's tough to say. It's very tough. I'm gonna stick with Deon Terrell. Hopefully he's the guy. 73 overall, hidden development, star or better. I like it. He should be able to slot down into defensive end pretty well. Very strong, good block shedding, good power moves, good pursuit, pretty quick, good tackling. I like it. I like that pick a lot. So here we are in the second round. We have pick 1 in the second round. And we'll see if anybody we had on our draft board is still here, which they are. So I'm going to go with Rutherford. He looks pretty good. Hopefully he is. He's a 70 overall, so he might be able to slide in. Maybe in a backup role this year. Hopefully they don't take the guy I want. They take a halfback, so definitely not who I wanted there. And then we're going to go with Tracy Aiken next. And he's a 72, so not much better, but he'll probably slot in at outside linebacker. Can take over for Chandler. Was it Chandler Jones? I can't remember. I don't even remember who's on this team. It's hard to keep track when nobody that you have was originally on your team in the fantasy draft style. So we will skip ahead to our next user pick. Round 3, pick 21. We might not take anybody here. If we do, I'll show you. If we don't, I won't show you. So Moses Gandy is still here, who was on my draft board. But what I really wanted to show you is just, this guy's name is Luther Blizzard. Luther Blizzard. That's such a sick name. Amazing. But anyway, we will probably take Moses Gandy. I mean, all we've taken is linebackers and defensive ends. But honestly, that's what we need. So, you know, needs are needs, man. Alright, so here we are in Season 3. Team's a 72 overall. Offense 79, defense 69. So things are somehow getting worse. Even though we're improving. So Arcega Whiteside is definitely going to be our wide receiver 2. Easton Stick's up to a 72. Tariq Cohen's an 87, which is nice. Offensive line, basically all 80s at this point. Tyler Eiferd's regressing a little bit. Josh Oliver's kind of picking it up. So hopefully he can start progressing pretty well. Man, this defense, man. Can't even tell you. I don't know what's going on here. We got a lot to fix here, is what I'm saying. So I think Allman, I believe, is going to slot down to defensive end. Or maybe he won't. He has good coverage and decent speed and pursuit, but he doesn't have much in block shedding or moves. So actually, I think he's going to stay here. He's a scheme fit. We'll keep him there. We might move Ja'Kai Polite inside. And then I think Deon Terrell is going to move inside. Yeah, good power moves, good strength. So he might move to defensive line. Not sure where. We really need him at defensive tackle, so we'll see if he's a decent overall there. I think he was a 72 at outside linebacker. So we'll take a look at what he is now. He's a 73, so that will do the job there. We'll start Rutherford, and we'll start Williams in the second spot at defensive tackle. Derek Wolfe will stay over there. And then I wonder if moving Ja'Kai Polite down inside would make sense. And then we can start Allman on the outside. Let's take a look at his ratings. He has good finesse moves, good block shedding, pretty good speed, good acceleration, and he's pretty strong. I think he could honestly profile pretty well as a defensive end. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to move him to right end, I think. I think it was right end we needed. Regardless, we can move him around. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so he'll be a 76 there. Good. Terrell will be defensive tackle, and then Williams, and then we can have Rutherford. I'm not sure why he isn't slotting in right end anymore, but he will be our backup defensive tackle, which will be okay. And then we'll have these 4 in the linebacking crew: Randall, Love, Jawan Williams, MJ Stewart we'll have there, and then Xavier Woods we'll have here. So that's going to be the team. Tariq Cohen, I think we want to be the punt returner. We'll keep Cordell Patterson as the kick returner. That's fine with me. And that will probably be the team for year number 3. This will probably be the final year. We'll see. We might want to do one more, but we will jump ahead to the midseason. So at the midseason mark, we are 2-5, man. That is not what we wanted to see. The team is a 74 overall. And it really makes it tough when Siri doesn't give you good pieces to work with. Some of our guys have some upgrades. Terrell has a couple, Miller has a couple, Allman has a couple. You know, it is what it is, man. Things happen. We'll upgrade our players. It's really difficult when there's no free agents. That really makes it hard. You know, you have to build through the draft, and you know, when you get guys that are 75 overall, it's going to take them 3 years until they're really good. And by that time, the guys that you originally drafted in the fantasy draft are old and not worth anything anymore and are not good. So we tied in week 17. So we'll see what happened. We went 7-8-1, which is not what we want to see, really. We'll upgrade our players once again. I'm gonna simulate to the off season, and we'll take a look at the team. And from there, we'll make a decision whether we want to continue this for one more season, or if we want to shut it down and chuck it up as a loss. Upgrade our players one more time. The Ravens won the Super Bowl. I think in fantasy style things, or in fantasy drafts, Clay Allman got a new ability. That's nice. So he must be up to an 80 already, which is unbelievable. Regardless, what I was saying is in fantasy, I think it's tough because every team is pretty much the same. You're not really going to get much variety, so I feel like simulation is kind of random. In year 1, we made the playoffs, we went to the conference championship, and then in year 2 and 3, we were just terrible. So, year 3, we were middle of the road, as was the rest of our division. See, we could have easily made the playoffs, win one more game, and we're in the playoffs. So that's Alex Smith is retiring, so that's fun to see. Take a look at the stats from this season, I guess. Easton Stick was pretty good. Offense, 14th in the NFL. Defense was 4th, so that's good. Somehow we didn't make the playoffs with those numbers, though. Take a look at the stats. 37-10 for Easton Stick, very good. Tariq Cohen finally got over 1,000 yards. Receiving. What happened to Antonio Brown? Did he not play? He didn't catch a single ball? Did he retire? Hold on. He must have retired he must have retired when the season was over. And I didn't get a chance to look before that happened. Let me look at the news and see. Alex Smith retiring, Prince Amukamara. If I'm voting, Antonio Brown gets a gold jacket in August. Yeah. So I guess Antonio Brown retired at age 33, 32. So that's good. We're definitely not going to be doing another season now, because that's just terrible. Why would he do that? I mean, he is Antonio Brown, so anything is possible, to be honest. But let's take a look at the rest of the stats. I got very distracted when I saw that Antonio Brown hadn't caught a single pass. Gerard Miller once again led the team in tackles. Corey Allman was very good. He had 9 tackles for loss, which is good. Derek Wolfe 16. He's still performing pretty well. Vernon Williams pretty good. Chandler Jones still doing. We had a lot of tackles for loss. I think the movements we made on the defensive side worked out pretty well. Got a decent amount of sacks. Kyrie Randall again had 3 interceptions. MJ Stewart had 2. Miller 1. Allman 1. Jaquan Johnson with 1. Desmond Odom with 1. And Xavier Woods and Jawan Williams also with 1. So defense definitely played very well. See if we had any touchdowns. We did not. But regardless, defense was very good. I'm sure that we won Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's not even a question to me. Easton Stick again was 8th in MVP voting. He was 4th in Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Gerard Miller. We moved down to middle linebacker last year. Finishes 5th, which is very, very good to see. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Evan McGee. I don't know who that is. Apparently we drafted him. And Clay Allman wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, already up to an 80 overall, which is just very good. I like that a lot. Deion Terrell, also a good pick, 9th on the defensive line. I think we put him out. He's still listed as a left outside linebacker in there, but we definitely moved him down to the defensive line. But that's going to do it, I think, for this video. We made the playoffs, went to the conference championship, and lost in the first year as a 71 overall, I think, 83 defense, 69 offense. Now we're to a 73 overall, 77 offense, not 75 defense. The defense got a lot better. Offense didn't really get much better, but part of that was the fact that Antonio Brown's no longer on this team, so we're without a 90 plus overall. So that definitely would have helped us. We probably would be at, I'd say, a 79 at least, and probably a 74 or 75 overall team. So that's it. We got screwed by Antonio Brown. Easton Stick is up to a 77, so you know, it's he actually progressed pretty well, which is good to see. Arcega Whiteside is a good pickup. He'll probably develop well. I've had him in some other things I've done, and we have some good players. So that's that. I think we're gonna do another year. I just talked myself into it. So I will simulate ahead to the draft, or sorry, not to the draft, to stage 1 of free agency. We're not going to make a lot of moves in this offseason. He's a scheme fit, 25 years old. I would love if Kiki Kuti could come in. Noah Fant could come in and be Tyler Eifert's replacement, which I think I'm going to do. We'll give him 4 years. Try to get him in here. I said probably not going to make many moves in the offseason as we go ahead and try to sign everybody. Our offensive line is getting pretty old, which I wasn't really expecting to happen so fast. But I don't think really there's anybody that we want to sign, unfortunately. And we didn't lose anybody. Ja'Kai Polite we lost, so I'm going to bring him back. That is that. Hopefully we sign the guys that we want, and then we can go to the draft and then simulate to the end of next year, and hopefully we get all these guys, which is great. That's what we want. We will go ahead to the draft. We have a running back here who looks pretty good, a free safety who looks very good. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. A corner who also looks good, but he's very slow. It's not really what I want to look for in a cornerback. Wide receiver, we're pretty good at. Middle linebacker is something we might want to look at. But I don't think we can pass up on that free safety. He just looks too good to me. So I think we're going to take him. And maybe we trade him or somebody else, but he's a 76 overall. Hidden development. Superstar X Factor. Let's go. So we are definitely going to use him for sure. And we'll simulate. We only have, I think, one pick in each round. I don't think we made any moves for or away from draft picks in this year's draft. So I might take this outside linebacker. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to go with LeCambrick Fort. He's not that great, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We'll make one more pick, and then we'll probably simulate to the end of the draft. So we're going to take a look at the team. I'm going to upgrade our coach. So we're 77 offense, 75 defense still. So haven't really improved much there. Offensive line, it's basically same as they were last year. We have Kuti and Whiteside, Cohen, Stick. Looks like Noah Font is going to be our fullback, so that's fine, I guess. We have two superstars in, well, Chandler Jones doesn't really count, but we're going to have Allman, who's a superstar. Now, I don't know what to do with Addison because he is a superstar X Factor. And Xavier Woods is also a superstar, so we might make a trade possibly for a good left outside linebacker who isn't Chandler Jones. Or maybe we move MJ Stewart along with something else. Maybe we just move MJ Stewart. We start Addison at strong safety, move trade MJ Stewart. Maybe we get a backup defensive tackle or something. Although Terrell and Williams can do the job. Really, we can get a outside linebacker or a defensive lineman and we'll be fine. So I'm going to try to do that. We can really trade as many picks as we want because this is going to be the last year of the rebuild. So we're going to try to make a big splash. Get some guy, even if he's older, we can bring him in for 1 year. And hopefully he can perform well for us. We're going to trade a first round this year and a second round this year. MJ Stewart. See what we can get. So we traded and got Von Miller. MJ Stewart and some draft picks. Got Von Miller's an 87. He'll probably get down to like an 83 by the end of the year, but it's still much better than Chandler Jones is. So not too worried. We're going to move Von Miller to right outside linebacker, and then hopefully we can get this going. So it is now the playoffs, and we went 10-6 and made the playoffs. We are in the wild card game. The Broncos won the division at 10-5-1. So we definitely improved over last season, our second time making the playoffs in 4 years. Easton Sick was very good. Offense was 17th in the NFL. Defense was 21st, but somehow we made the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you. Madden Sim is its own animal. We'll take a look at the defense. Jared Miller was good. Addison, no interceptions, only 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 87 tackles. So wasn't the best year for him. Von Miller didn't really help us out all that much. Let's see if we had any touchdowns. Probably not. We didn't. But so the defense really wasn't that good. Not really sure how we made the playoffs. All right, so here we are in the first playoff game of the season, or the wild card round, I should say. I don't know why I said it. So weird. We're down 10-0 already. Miami is taking it to us. Doesn't look like we're really moving the ball too much on offense. Miami takes a 17-0 lead. We finally kick a field goal to make it 17-3. Hopefully we can score here before the half. We have no timeouts left. I don't know what the CPU is about to do. Actually, they kicked a field goal. A little bit surprising that they actually managed the clock well in that situation. But regardless, 17-6. Nothing much happening here in the third quarter for us. except giving up a touchdown. Fourth quarter, we get another field goal. So for some reason, we can't seem to stick it in the end zone. But there's 3 minutes left. I'm going to jump in this game, play a little bit with this team. Hopefully we can do something here. Easton Stick wearing number 2. All right, so we're in position here. Got a pretty good receiving core out there. Tariq Cohen behind him. We're gonna. Oh, good job, Tariq. I like it. Tariq Cohen, very agile. I like it. Hopefully we can get this to Noah Fant. We're not going to be able to. I tried to get it to square. Couldn't do it. Breland Speaks got me in the backfield, unfortunately. And I didn't realize that was 4th down. I figured we were starting on 1st. We were not, so that's going to be it. Here's Allman, who apparently has Superstar X Factor now, which is amazing. He progressed like a maniac. I think he started with Star Development. He went up to Superstar. Now he's at Superstar X Factor already in 2 years, I think it was. So that might be the greatest draft pick I've ever made. But we're going to try to stop them, I guess. I don't know. There's not much point in playing here. No chance of us winning, but I like playing with this Allman guy. Not really sure what his... Take a look next play. He has Unfakeable. Oh, I guess it's just Star. It's not Superstar. Oh, gosh. That's not what we wanted. Yikes. This isn't ideal for us. No point in calling timeouts. Matt Breida. I mean, there's nothing we can do. The team was not very good. We're just going to sim to the end here. And that is going to do it for the rebuild. Overall, team wasn't too good. We didn't start off with much of a base to work with. Siri didn't give us too much. Easton Stick was awful in this game. Tariq Cohen was also awful in this game. Nobody caught the ball because Easton Stick was, as I said, awful in this game. Gerard Miller and Clay Allman got a bunch of tackles, but that's about it. We got 1 sack, so not a good game for us. Not a good way to close it out. But anyway, that's going to be the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, I would love if you could go down and click the subscribe button, turn on the bell, be notified about when I upload next. Which I'm trying to upload every day. You know, it's tough. I'm working full time. I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm really trying to push this forward and upload as much as I can. As good, you know, make the content as good and entertaining for you guys as possible. So if you are enjoying, make sure you subscribe. There's going to be a lot more content coming out in the future. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you next time. Peace out.
You can get the sauce.